love, sex, desire, drama, lovers, and the others. And we talk about it all here on Relationship Rhetoric. Greetings and welcome to Relationship Rhetoric. I'm your host, unapologetically Angela, and on the show today is a young lady that I've really been trying to get on the show for quite some time, but she's always so busy.
Well, I'm doing stuff.
She is doing lots of stuff, and I don't really even know how to describe her. She's an author.
Yeah.
She's a womanist, a feminist.
Feminist is out. Feminist is out.
Feminist is out. She's a womanist.
There we go.
She's a DJ.
Yes. Yes.
She's an educator.
Yeah.
On so many different levels. Not your typical.
Yeah.
But she's a force to be reckoned with. Ladies and gentlemen, Aisha Raison.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
Nice to see you. I mean, we've been trying to reach out to each other for a minute, so
yeah.
My apologies.
No. You know how we do. Every once in a while, it's like, okay, we need to sit. We need to talk.
I know.
This time, it's just being filmed.
I know. Okay. So, I'm good.
Okay, so let's just talk. How's life been treating you since the last time we talked?
Okay. So, of course, you already know there have been a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And we can go into that later. Since then, I've been filming. Just finished a film. I did the narrative short for Girls Like Me, which will be out for Indie Memphis. Indie Memphis has it in their hands. Only a few people that I know and love will even get a chance to see it. So a lot of people, they're getting the opportunity to sort of kind of see it a little bit and be like, oh, either, oh, that's nice, or, oh, what the hell, so I'm getting that. I finished the book, which came out on May 18th, called Fear of an Enlightened Black Woman. A lot of poetry and stuff, but that doesn't end all the be all, because I'm working on another book now, untitled for the moment, but it's a lot that I'm working with on that. Also, I'm working over at the African Place now, and I found a new love. Actually started last year, and it's just ongoing with not only just crystals and crystal health, but also with yoni eggs.
Yes.
Working with that. I'm the consultation person. I am the stone lady, the stone queen, whatever you want to call me. But I try to educate and get women to know more about their bodies, themselves, when it comes to yoni eggs. And also, just doing everything. There's too much to even name off the top of my head, to be honest with you. I've been ultra busy for the last couple of months. This is what happens when you become an empty nester, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just talk about you when you're in your creative space.
Wow. You know what? I'm getting to know me again, if you really want to know. Before, when I was in my creative space, I learned, especially with my son around, that it's hard to try to get into that creative space when there's so many people around and they're like, wait, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. And there were so many other things, and things will run through my head. I didn't get back into my creative space until Ennis died. When my best friend passed, we hadn't talked in a year, and there was a lot of guilt. There was a lot of angst with that. And I couldn't move. I couldn't move until after a while I was like, you know what? I need everyone to leave me alone. I need everybody out of my house. I need to think. And so what ended up happening was Heroin Tracks came out, because I remember we talked several times back in 2009 and 2010, and he said, you need to put out an essay book. And I said, nobody's going to want to read my essays. And I didn't realize how many people would read it, because I get calls still, like on my messenger, or someone finds my phone number and they call and they'll say, this is what touched me. This chapter moved me. What made you write this? What made you do that? And there were so many people that came up and they were like, I'm just so fascinated by this book and I have so many questions. So I find myself now answering a lot of those questions. I've been invited to conferences and stuff, online courses, and people asking me, tell me more about this, not just about relationships, but what it's like to be a single mom, what it's like to be an empty nester now, what it's like to just be over 40, learning new things, dealing with your hot flashes, trying to be single,
Right.
trying to do all these things, and it's all just a cluster of stuff that's going on right now. So it's a big deal. So I'm busy, constantly busy. No time for a social life yet, but getting there someday.
Gotcha. So, what we run into a lot with women having a lot to do and being powerful just in vision, in essence.
Right.
How does that affect you? How do you think it affects when guys approach you or
Ooh.
attempt to approach you?
Okay. So the word that I always hear is intimidated.
Yes.
I hear that a lot. Guys will start off with, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And when I start talking to them, it goes from to
Right.
I'm going to take my little butt over here. And I'm like, no, where are you going? And the thing about it is, I found that one, being out here for the last 9 months, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay?
Exactly.
When it comes to that and talking to guys and stuff, I can only be myself. I don't know how to pretend to be somebody else. I don't know what it's like to go in and say, I am vulnerable.
Right.
Because there's nothing vulnerable about me. Everything about me is about getting it done. And if it can't get done, if I ask somebody one time, please get it done, they can't do it, I'll do it myself. I'm good.
Exactly.
And it's not about being a control freak. It's about, if I ask you to do something and you say you're going to do it, please do it. Don't let me say it 5, 10, 15 times. I can't anymore. And I don't have that kind of patience anymore. So I try to move forward and try to get what needs to be done. That's all. Yeah.
Okay. So what are your vulnerable moments just for Asia? Not even with anyone else, but moments just with you that are like, oh, you're such a girl.
Okay. I'm a bubble bath chick. Okay, let's just call it what it is. I'm a bubble bath chick. I am a candlelight chick. I'm a Sade chick. Give me a Sade album, and I'm not talking about CD, a vinyl. I'm serious. I have been like begging people, please, somebody find me the Stronger Than Pride album, because it's all I want to do. I will sit in the corner in a fetal position, just be all girl all day and be like, yeah, that's who I am right now. Just let me listen to that or a Stevie Wonder song. It's always one or two Stevie Wonder songs that'll let you cry.
Yes.
Right now, I'm on a Gregory Porter type of mood. Yeah, that's my dude. So
His voice is ridiculous.
man,
Oh, it's ridiculous.
if no one is going to the concert, but they have that one ticket, they can give it to me.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. But really, seriously, it's those little things. Music always makes me vulnerable. Of course, doing girly things makes me vulnerable. If I find myself in a position where there's something that I can't do, I can get a little vulnerable. But I'm like a female MacGyver. I usually try to figure it out for myself, and I'm like, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. Okay, I got let me get this together. All right, we got this. We good. We good. Holler back at your girl. I'm the chick that's on the side of the road. Like, no, I'm good. Keep going. Keep going. I got this. I'm fixing it myself, because if I wait on you, I'll lose my mind. I'm straight. So that's where I'm at right now.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay, cool. So I really enjoyed Girls Like Me.
Thank you.
For several different reasons. Because, again, fitting into that category where you're always waiting on to hear someone to tell you that you're beautiful, or waiting on someone to tell you that you're enough, instead of it being a part of you. You
Right.
know? So what inspired?
What inspired it was waiting. That's the vulnerable side. You wait on someone else to tell you that you're good enough, that you're this and that you're that. The problem with it is, I waited. I'll say this. I waited forever. I waited for years for someone to say thank you. I waited for someone to say, I adore you. I see you. Instead, it was, what can you do for me? What is it that you can get done for me? And when it was done, there was no thank you. And it hurt a lot of times. And I was still waiting. I was still sitting there patiently waiting on someone else to verify everything that I was. It was only last year, and women will think it's weird, but it was only last year that I guess I was just in a vulnerable state and I didn't want to talk to a lot of people. And that's when I discovered my first yoni egg. And it was just at a weird time, because I was like, you put what where? You no, that's crazy. So at first, I was like, this is stupid, this is dumb. And then I got my first one. And then after that I was like, wow, well, that was different. Because it's not about, let me put it this way. People talk about going into their homes and they're saging and they're doing so much. But what they don't do, you'll sage your home, but you won't sage your womb, which is the biggest home in the world. That is the world. Let's call it what it is. And there were a lot of things that I needed to get up off of me. And I didn't realize. And the more I worked on that with myself, as well as manifestation, as well as learning more about myself, the more I learned about myself, the more other things began to fall away. There were things that were leaving, but then there was an advantage. Because the things that I lost, there was so much more that I gained. I lost a job, and then I gained something bigger as I found myself. I lost relationships, but then I found the truer ones that came along. And the more that I lost, the more that I gained, the more I found that little happy space, where we find balance. For me, that's a crystal quartz on a good day. That's what's going on now. There is a certain balance in my life that I love keeping right there. I don't like a lot of strange things going on. If I feel something is about to come into my life that's going to do more harm than good, whether it be my being, whether it be the things I'm trying to do for myself or anything else, I remove it. That's all it is. It's just like painting. There's a certain perfection that you look for when you're going in. It doesn't have to be perfect to anybody else but to you.
Absolutely.
But it has to be at that precise moment. I understand life's a mess. We're messy. We do things. But it's my mess. I want my mess. I don't need anybody else with their mess cluttering onto my mess right now. And so right now I'm just, the other clutter that doesn't belong to me, I remove it. The clutter that belongs to me, I embrace it. That's just the best way to put it.
Okay. I can dig that. So what do you see in the future for Asia?
Well, right now, I'm working on film number 2, which was sort of unexpected because I had just finished the first film. And the thing was, I was comfortable. I was cool. And then, like, the next day after I turned the film in, I'm just sitting there doodling. Next thing I know, it's an idea. I'm going to write this down. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn it! No, not again. But it was a happy not again because it just gave me another perspective on this is what I need to do. Now, I'm still working on the documentary. Everybody's waiting on the documentary for Girls Like Me, which is still being done. Life turned into an unexpected turn back in February when I sat down and I said, I want to go to Ghana. I want to get to Africa because there are all these things I want to see. The next day, it sort of fell in my lap. I mean, in a week's time, I went from I want to go to Ghana to filling my stuff out for a passport. So I'm heading to Ghana in October. Oh. That's a big thing. Heading out there to do some filming as well on the compare and contrast between African American women here and African women in Ghana to sort of look and see the differences. Because whereas in some instances we're reaching, our natural state, where we're happy and we're free to be ourselves. They, on the other hand, in some instances, feel that they have to be Americanized. They're looking to be a Beyonce. They're looking to go into that level. So it's going to be fun and sort of enlightening to see on that perspective how they work and to be able to film that. Shout out to National Coalition of 100 Black Women, the African Place, and a lot of people who have helped me be able to go on this trip, which is a big deal. Yeah. And to be able to do that at the end of October, to put that together. So that film will be ready hopefully in January. So I'll be able to put it out for March for Women's History Month. And I'm going to work on it's still untitled. I have a title in my head. I don't want to say it out loud yet, because if I say it, then I have to commit to it.
Right.
Working on the other narrative short. Try to get that ready, because we have 3 film festivals here, but I want to work on the other film festivals throughout the U.S. I want to work hard and try to get that out. And then, of course, the next book, hopefully it'll be ready for October, and get that done. And then maybe, just maybe I have a social life, right? Don't look like that. Right now, all I got is that one guy to do this, like, oh, my darling, I miss you, I love you. I don't know you.
Thanks, G.
Back up. Thank you, G. Appreciate you, dog. But eventually, someday, after I finish falling in love with my camera and finish falling in love with the pen and paper, I might fall in love with somebody else. But right now, I'm being selfish. That's cool. I like my selfishness right now.
That's cool.
I'm having fun with it.
Yeah. I've been there, so I understand totally.
Yeah, totally. It gets lonely, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I got to learn more about you. I'm in another place right now. So
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So, if you could give advice to women like us, empty nesters, still trying to keep their head above water, still feel again without the help of others, I am enough. What would you say?
Well, one, you just said the first part of it, you are enough. For a lot of women that are out there, they feel like there's something that is missing, or they're missing out on something. When I was about 12, 13 years old, I made a list of all these things that I wanted to do, but I put a timeline on it. I had to do it before I was 25, or I had to do it before I was 35. And then I realized my timeline don't mean shit. Okay, that none of it means anything. I said I was going to be a filmmaker by the time I was 35. I didn't have a camera at the time, so who cares? So I'm 45, and everything that I wanted to do, I've decided I'm going to get up and do it. And so the motto right now is run toward everything that frightens you. Run toward everything that you've been more afraid of to go and do, and just do it. I think that if we go in as women and just decide, make up our mind that these are things I want to do. Here's something I want to do. I would like to go to Paris, or I would like to go and I would like to write this great novel, or maybe I want to go and change my entire life and go somewhere and do something different. Go do it. Who's telling you not to? What obstacles do you have that's stopping you from being the person that you are? Love you, do whatever it is, because all the other things are distractions. I didn't realize how much distraction can really, really bother you, because in the beginning, when I started working on my film, I had all kinds of just so many distractions. It was ridiculous. It was so bad. I had a bald spot at the top of my head, and it was bad. I didn't know how bad it was till my barber looked up there, and he said, you got a bald spot up there? And I was like, wait, what? No. And so I was like, you know what? Cut it off. Start over again. And my mother was peeved. You did what? I'm like, look, you shaped my head. I'm all right.
Right.
So I'm going to be good. I can rock anything. So it was like, it was a shedding. It was a shedding because there were so many things that had happened. My relationship ended. My son had moved. And there were, I had moved to a new place and all these new vulnerabilities. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just do something new. Let's do something different. Let's find ourselves. And that's exactly what ended up happening. And, it felt good, because I think that was probably the most vulnerable I was for about 5 minutes, because I was like, oh, God, I'm bald. To, oh, heck, I'm bald.
Right.
So it was a whole other thing.
Right.
And then I started discovering more about myself, finding out more about myself. And I loved it, because it was like standing naked in the middle of the street and saying, here you go, here I am. And accepting it. That's been the best part of it. Being able to go in and accept all of me, and realizing that I spent years trying to be everything. Wanting to be someone's girl, wanting to be someone's friend, being all these things to all these people who didn't give that much of a care about me until I realized I've got me to take care of right now. So at the end of my relationship, it was funny because what happened was all these people that were around us, it was split like the Red Sea. The last time I felt that was before I got into a relationship, and I was at a club one night. I looked cute until I got to the club, and I walk in there, all in my natural state, my natural hair, my bustier. I was cute. But the dude's like, shh, and they were looking for wigs and weaves and fake eyelashes, and I felt like shit. I was like, well, damn, what do I need to do with myself? And when I thought I was there, and I thought I could be myself, I found out I couldn't, which sucked. And you saw me several times in like a really funky, ugly, just state. But when I got back to me, and I saw that it was so quiet, and I realized I don't have to be those people. I don't have to deal with all that mess. I can actually be myself, and if you don't like it, you can kiss my ass.
Absolutely.
And that's been the fun part of it.
Yep.
Oh gosh, it's been so much fun. So yeah, I'm loving it right now. Please, to be basically honest with you, I'm in a place now where, how can I put it? If you like me, cool. If you don't, you can kiss my ass. I'm in another space, and this point of my life, I can actually say this is not good for me. You have to go. It's been nice meeting you. Bye now. I'm there now, and I love that.
Absolutely. Okay, Aisha, thank you so much. We have covered a lot of information. And are you checking out this jewelry? Gee whiz.
I make some of it, and I also buy a lot of it. I spend a lot of time at Evo's, and of course, my spot. And then I realized, like I said, crystal healing has been a real big thing for me. Of course, my carnelians.
Yes.
That's a sensuality, of course.
Yes.
And then, of course, because my son is in Orlando, I worry about him a lot. That's where my amethyst comes in. But this is my favorite out of all of them because this is my blessing bracelet. And I wake up every morning. This big part of it is me. But the rest of it, it's like 72 blessings. I give myself 72 blessings every morning, and I remind myself of what I'm grateful for. All those good things that come in my life. And of course, I got Segment with me too. Because she's a beast.
Yeah, is she?
Yeah, I've been hanging with Segment for a while. So that's the main thing. If you don't know nothing about Segment, I suggest you go find out about Segment. Yeah, please. She's a beast. So that's where I'm at now. I mean, incense, carnelians, and all the good. So,
Absolutely. Good is good.
Good is great,
Good is good.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing with me today. It was so nice to talk and just talk. Us be us.
Yeah.
And that means a lot.
Yeah, I appreciate
that means a lot.
Thank you.
Our notion for today is you don't have to be perfect to be absolutely amazing. This has been Relationship Rhetoric. I'm your host, unapologetically Angela. Peace, love, and enlightenment.
Love, sex, desire, drama, lovers, and the others. And we talk about it all here on Relationship